Oh my! And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Newington Arena. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. What a blessing, honor, and privilege it is to be here with you this afternoon. We've got high school hockey, CIAC high school hockey, about ready to take place here between the South Windsor Bobcats and the Newington Nor'easters. The Nor'easters, of course, coming off of that big, dramatic overtime win the other night, ladies and gentlemen, when the Grim Reaper, Josh Grimm, got a hat trick and got the hat trick winner in overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Who could forget it?
Perhaps Josh Grimm had great tonight.
Wing. Grimm putting the brakes
Not
on, spinning
one.
around, letting the shot go. He scores! Josh Grimm.
Not two.
Grimm with
And
7
this
seconds
one,
left.
with just
He's got time.
1.9 seconds remaining in the second stanza.
Walking in on the backhand. He scores! And that's a huge goal there by Grimm. And then he gets his groove on at center ice. Why not? Deegan, tape-to-tape pass.
And then
comes dribbling.
she went to overtime, and the Grim Reaper put an end to this one.
Oh my, certainly a fantastic night the other night here. Well, not here. See, I keep saying here. We were at West Hartford. I apologize for the Newington Nor'easters. And they're going through their warm-ups, as is the South Windsor Bobcats. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. What a blessing, honor, and privilege it is to be here with you today live at the Newington Arena. A big overtime win the other night versus Hall. As you saw there, Josh Grimm with the hat trick winner in sudden death or sudden life overtime, depending upon your perspective and point of view. He played fantastic, as did the netminder, Jeremy Wagner, who had a couple of big stops down the stretch the other night when Hall got back to getting the game tied for the third time. Wagner was outstanding. Looks like a demilitarized zone after last night.
Yeah.
Chipping it out now. Here's a chance now. Campbell trying to get to it. Coming out is Wagner. Campbell goes diving into the net there. Nice play there by 32 in blue. Behind the net it goes now. A little bit of give and go. On it there. Finn Goal got it back to the point. Big stop there is Wagner. Got the flipper on that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see the stats there for Jeremy Wagner. As there he is warming up down at the other end. He's got a 14-2 record. Does the big fella. 14-2 record with a 1.70 goals against, a save percentage of .992, and 3 shutouts. I lost him. Where'd he go? You think you wouldn't lose the guy as big as he is? There he is. There he is. Getting limbered up and ready to go. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. Coming into the affair, ladies and gentlemen, the Newington Nor'easters off of the big win the other night. Into the affair with a record of 14-2. And they're taking on the South Windsor Bobcats here tonight. Or this afternoon, I suppose, would be best to say. As they're taking on the Bobcats here tonight. The Bobcats come in with a record of 9-6, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go over our pregame keys to the affair, shall we? There's a lot going on here today. Very happy, very thankful to be here with you. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And the keys to the affair. There you have it for the Newington Nor'easters. They've got to ride the emotion of the other evening. They won the big one in overtime. They held off Hall. This Hall did a fantastic job. So I say come out flying. Let the emotions from the big overtime win carry over into the game here this afternoon and continue to feed the hot hand. Josh Grimm got his second, third, and fourth goals of the season the other night, so continue feeding Josh until there's a reason not to feed Josh. The man's hungry. The man's looking for another bowl of porridge. Keep giving him the biscuit, and hopefully he'll keep putting it in the basket if you're a Nor'easter fan. And you want to jump on him early here because South Windsor coming in as the big underdog. So you want to get all over him early. Don't let them hang around. Much like Hall did the other night. Hall just would not go away. Newington took 1 lead, 2 leads, 3 leads, and Hall just simply would not go away. And just simply be yourselves. Be Newington. You're the champs. Play like the champs. Newington doesn't panic. They never panic. They didn't panic the other night at any time when the game went into overtime. So just be yourselves and be who you are. Be the Newington Nor'easters, the champs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the buzzer. Warm-ups are now coming to an end. We're about ready to get underway here. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today as the Bobcats in the maroon sweaters and Newington in the gold sweaters. All right, we're going to have our national anthem and then the starting lineups, and then we'll be underway here from the Newington Arena. Oh, I think we're going to have the starting lineups first. I think I got things mixed up yet again. Brett Fair, number 12, getting the start on D. And number 7, Chase Laramie. Number 16, Kevin Shover. Number 8, Dylan Hutton. And number 24, Matt Venzi. And in between the pipes, there he is, the netminder, number 1, Jason Sigler. Munson getting the start. Buckley, he had a good game the other night. Josh Grimm getting the start. Feed the man. Mike Deegan getting the start. And Andrew Stribling. And Wagner getting the start in between the pipes. No surprise there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, our national anthem, then we'll be back at the start of the affair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the ceremonies are out of the way. We are about ready to get underway here from the Newington Arena. The South Windsor Bobcats wearing their gorgeous maroon sweaters, maroon and gold. They look like the Washington Commanders, the artist formerly known as, well, you know what I'm saying. And down at the other end, ladies and gentlemen, the Nor'easters wearing their gold sweaters with the blue trim. All right, we're about ready to get underway. South Windsor, a Division II team. Nor'easters, a Division III team. Nor'easters 14-2. South Windsor 9-6. All right. The music has been cued, and the game is about ready to get underway. Thank you so much for joining us on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. Absolutely fired up to be here with you today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to get underway here. As Newington breaks their huddle, South Windsor breaks their huddle. The goaltender, Jason Sigler, in between the pipes. And you see him there. There he is. For South Windsor. Just want to thank you so much for joining us. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. All right, the ref getting ready to drop the puck. All right, we play 15-minute stanzas here in high school hockey. Icing and offsides are in effect. Body checking is allowed and encouraged. All right, puck sent down by South Windsor quickly. An opportunity down the left wing they go, trying to get the puck in front. Hounded from behind there by Grimm. Grimm, we talked about him early on. He had the hat trick the other night, looking to pick up where he left off. Joan in front there. Nice stop by Wagner in the early going. As Shover tried to throw the puck in front. And played out to center. Newington on it there. A big hit at center ice. As Newington looking to establish themselves. And puck along the boards. Trying to come away with it. And South Windsor. They look to get the puck out. Can't do so. And quick shot there. Steered aside by the netminder Sigler. Behind the net it goes now. Knights slide it all the way down. Icing is waved off as it's sent all the way down into Wagner. Picked off there by Newington. Newington with the puck. A giveaway now. Here's Plumsky. Plumsky walking in. A big stop as Wagner pounces on it there, and there'll be no further play. 0-0 is the score. I know what I'm getting the Newington Arena for Christmas, a new wire. All right, so 11:55 left to go. 0-0 is the score. We apologize, but it's what it is. All right, face-off deep in the Newington zone. Face-off one. And sent hard around. And pinching in to go get it. Quick shot behind the net. Goes wide. South Windsor on it there. Trying to get it back to the blue line. Fair. Fair lost the handle on it. Chipped ahead now. Chance for Newington. Grimm had it knocked aside there by Lamare. Back in front. Laramie, excuse me. A lot of dark colors out there. Really confusing the broadcaster through the net. As it's nobody wearing white here today. Sent hard around. That's Laramie. Laramie trying to get it out. Ends up behind the net. Chance in front. Ends up back in the blue line. I think Stribling thought Fialkovich was going to keep it in. Fialkovich may have thought Stribling was going to keep it in. No harm, no foul, though, as it rolls gently to Wagner. And he'll start back up as the senior there, Dylan Hutton, tried to send the puck in. South Windsor, nice long outlet pass down the right wing they go. Taking away the real estate there was Fialkovich. Along the boards, jumping on it quickly there is Shover. Shover trying to get the puck in front. That hit a body. Backpedaling now at the blue line. There is Laramie. Laramie trying to get it down low. On it there is Kowalski. Kowalski tried to send it hard around. 10:43 left to go here in the opening stanza. That one sent all the way down. Looks like it's going to go far enough for icing. So icing is the call there. With 10:37 left to go. All right, face off deep in the Newington zone. On it now is South Windsor trying to get the puck in front. Behind the net it goes now. Keeping it in is Fair. Fair letting the shot go just wide of the netminder Wagner. Back to the blue line. Trying to get it out. Can't do so. Bodies collide there. It's knocked down by Newington. Newington trying to send it out. That one goes off the official. As pouring at it there was DeHaze. Thomas DeHaze, number 23 in your scorecard, sends it in on the netminder Wagner. Wagner with 10:10 left to go here in the opening stanza. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you a hockey game. Ranger with the drop pass, letting the shot go. Ranger leading the team in points, tied for the lead with 28 points with Oliver. And second on the team in goals. Trying to get the puck out now. Here comes South Windsor down the left wing. With the head of steam, carrying it out now Bentley. Bentley, the freshman, puts the brakes on, taken away, back the other way now, a 3-on-2 developing. Down the right wing they go. Carrying it in, the drop pass there by Heckler. Heckler had help, trailing behind him there is Patron. Back to the blue line it goes, kept in there by Buckley. Buckley sends it down low for Heckler. Heckler wheeling and dealing. Heckler trying to get the puck in front, can't do so. That hit a body. And hard around it goes. South Windsor trying to get the puck out. Morrison sent it away to center. That's knocked down by Shover. Shover slides it over. A little bit of tic-tac-toe there between the three of them. And it's sent all the way down. Face off. Not coming. I thought there might be an icing call coming, but there was none. Cleared out by South Windsor. Kept in at the blue line. Nice job there of cycling by Newington. Newington sending it hard around, pinching in at the blue line. A nice job to get out there was Connor Power. Power number 15 in your scorecard, wearing Brad Delgonero's old number. Sending it back there was Luke Taylor, the junior, South Windsor. Doing a nice job thus far, keeping Newington at bay. Newington, though, as the netminder, Wagner coming way off of his line there, looking a lot like Shep Messing. Wagner the other night, as we spoke about in the pregame, made a lot of big stops. He wasn't too busy all night long. Wasn't his best game, he'll tell you that. And he made the saves when he had to make the saves. When it was 3-3, and in overtime, and latter half of the third period, Wagner made a couple of big ones. He has a big chance in front. Wagner trying to find it through traffic. As bodies meet there in front of the goaltender, a little pushing and shoving there is Taylor. Mixing it up in there, I believe, with Howard. Howard getting his stride back, getting his stamina back. He was out for a couple of weeks. So good to see him back out there, feeling like himself again. Takes a while to come back. You don't just get the legs back. It could take a good week or two before you feel the way you really should. I thought he got stronger as the game went on the other night, though. Back the other way now. Here comes Newington. Through the neutral zone, down the right wing. Newington looking for their 15th win. Here's Ranger. Ranger got it out in front. Seabun, one-timer, a big stop by Sigler. And there'll be no further play. No, a golden opportunity there as Newington got the puck in front and cutting to the cooker. Getting the quick shot off there was David Andrew, number 21 in your scorecard. So Andrew's out there now with Evan Oliver. Oliver has 13 goals and 25 points on the season, leads the team in goals. I believe I said Ranger led the team in goals before. That was incorrect. Rangers tied for the lead in points. He's got 12 goals. Oliver's got 13, so quite the race at the top there. Well, Newington's got plenty of horses up front. Their strength is from the goaltender out. Very good defense and a very balanced offensive team here. They wear you down as the game progresses. You see them going to work here. In the corner now, trying to get it down low. Caught around by Petronio. Petronio headed to the cooker. Nice job there by Petronio getting back and sending it back in. Knocked down there by DeHaze. DeHaze sends it hard around. DeHaze. Really love these South Windsor sweaters with the yellow helmets too and the maroon gloves. A beautiful get-up. Maroon pants, maroon socks with yellow and white trim, but the sweaters with the yellow helmets really pleased the broadcaster. If anybody's tuning in from South Windsor, I will be turning 50 in a couple of weeks. Double XL number 42 would look pretty good in my collection. I mean, I don't mean to impose. And here comes Petronio now. Petronio over the blue line. Petronio has his pocket picked. Got the puck away there. Was it offsides at the blue line after all that chaos? I believe it was. Back Petronio. A tenacious young forward. Here for Coach H and the Newington organization. All right, so 6:53. 6:53 left to go. Here in the opening stanza. Still a scoreless affair here today in Newington. Behind the net it goes now. Newington not getting off to the fast start that I think they may have wanted. A big hit behind the play there. Bodies come back out. Laramie now down the right wing. Number 7, just a sophomore. Newington with the cross-ice pass. That goes off the boards now. Willoughby gives chase. Willoughby hounded there by Grimm. Grimm knocks the stick out of Willoughby's hands, and Grimm goes to work behind the net. A nice job, though, as it's picked up and back the other way quickly down the left wing, trying to cut inside. Great job of back-checking there by Zachary Wall as he came back through the neutral zone to break it up. Hard off the ball as it goes now. Back the other way now. Here's Stribling, curling, looks up, realizes Norris has earned a midst of a player change, so he tries to send it deep, doesn't get there. In on the forecheck there was Oliver. Ranger lays the lumber into him there, getting a big chunk of the night player Laurel as he went by. Collision at the blue line. Well, the night player's a little shooken up. Back up now. Trying to walk in, letting the shot go. The rebound and lie there. They score! Getting to the rebound and burying the biscuit there are the Nor'easters. Harrison Ranger went to the cooker. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Nor'easters are on the board 1-0. They got the puck in front. Sigler had a little trouble handling the initial shot. And Ranger crashed to the cooker and buries the biscuit for the Nor'easters. A big goal right there as the Brass Bonanza's queued up. And all the old Whaler fans feel a feeling of warmth and happiness inside their belly. So Oliver getting the assist on Rangers' goal. Rangers' 29th point of the season. Oliver's 26th. We talked about the depth and the way the scoring is spread out here on this Newington organization. They take the lead 1-0. With just over 5 minutes left to go here in the opening stanza. Along the boards now, they send it in. Hard around, goes by Willoughby. Ends up in the corner. Quickly on it there is Laramie. Laramie trying to come away with it. Laramie behind his own net. Trying to get it out. Big hit there as Howard pitches down. Laid the lumber there into Hutton. Hutton shakes it off. Digging and mucking along the boards. Cleared and not out. Kept it at the blue line. Nice job there. Keep it in by Fialkovitz. Fialkovitz out there with Howard as they were partnered all night the other night in West Hartford. Coach Arakowitz likes to keep his defense pairings together as much as he can unless one of them gets a penalty. And I applaud that. You don't see that in youth hockey sometimes. Here's a steal now. Hutton. Hutton lets the shot go, and it's offsides. There's the call there as the defenseman Wagner gave Hutton the stink eye as he let the shot go. Right after the whistle there. Feel free to. All right, 4:23 left to go here in the opening stanza. 1-0 is the score. The goal by Ranger. South Windsor and Newington here today. I don't think you'd call it a matinee at 4 o'clock, but it's certainly not a primetime event. I got to think that the boys got out of school a little early, so I'm sure that pleased them. Here's Grimm. Grimm down the left wing. Grimm putting the brakes on. Grimm throwing it in front. Getting it out of there was Farah. South Windsor hard around. Moving the puck up now to Venzi. Venzi couldn't get it out. Was coming over to lay the lumber into him. There was Deegan, and Stribling came over to help out. Big collision in the corner there as Deegan went flying in. Got a chance in front. C-button one-timer there by Stribling. A nice job by Lawler to get in the way. I wonder if he's related to Jerry the King Lawler. Behind the net now, Stribling. One of the greatest, you want to talk about a great sportscaster, ladies and gentlemen, JR and Jerry Lawler were two of the best. Also used to love Gorilla Monsoon back in the day. And Jesse the Body Ventura was fantastic behind the mic as well. So was Vince McMahon. But I digress. Letting the shot go. Into the corner it goes now. I like the British guy they got on now. I can't remember his name. He does a good job too. That one hit one of the Newington players on the way out. That's Buckley. Buckley left it there for Oliver. Oliver got it over the line, but Newington had not cleared the zone. 3:08 left to go here in the opening stanza. 1-0 is the score. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. And I want to remind everybody coming out tomorrow is episode number 2 of the Connecticut Sports Show. Got a real special guest on tomorrow, Miss Sarah Poulin. Talking about the foundation for her son, and she built a brand new rink up in Enfield to honor her son, Jacob Poulin. And they got a 3-on-3 jamboree going on in Enfield on Monday on President's Day to raise money for his foundation and cancer awareness. So we'll have Miss Sarah Poulin on the show to talk about the new rink and what the Huskies, the Connecticut Junior Huskies, have done for her and her families. Tough conversation, but a good one. All right, going to get it now, Willoughby. Willoughby in the corner. Willoughby trying to get the puck out. Good break out there by South Windsor as they come away with it now. That's Trombley. Mason Trombley trying to get the puck up. Turning on it quickly now with just over 2 minutes left to go is Newington. They send it hard around into the corner it goes now. First on it there is Laramie. Laramie trying to get the puck out. Bodies collide there. Along the boards it goes now. South Windsor trying to get the puck out. Did get it out to the blue line. And a nice job to fight it out there by Mason Trombley, the sophomore. Number 13 in your scorecard, wearing Matty Barzell's number 13, who did not score in the shootout last night. The New York Islanders, who never score in the shootout. But I digress. Panning on it there at the red line is Newington. Coming away with it now is Munson. Munson hard around. Right behind the net it goes there. Picking it up there is Laramie. Laramie Got it right on the stick there of Venzi. Venzi couldn't connect. Newington did a nice job to get back on sides. A big hit there as Laramie lays the lumber into him. Stribling sent flying. Oh, you got to like that hit, and a good job by the officials not calling a penalty on that, as it was a clean net. Now here comes Laramie down at the other end, looking to make things happen. Wagner with another nice stop there. Jeremy Wagner holding on to the post as he so often does. Just not a lot to shoot out there. When you're barreling down on Jeremy Langer, so a nice shift thus far by the sophomore, Chase Laramie, with the big hit, the rush, and the shot on goal. His team still down by one. That one went off his skate. Chance now back at the other end. Quickly on it there is Grimm. Grimm behind the net. Grimm chased down there. Grimm on the forehand. Cycles it all the way around. Nobody home except for Trombley. Here comes Trombley now. Trombley saw Stribling coming. I think Stribling may have caused them to get rid of the puck there a little bit sooner than he wanted to. That's why you always want to chase the puck down. You want to make a beeline for the puck, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to arrive in ill humor. That's exactly what Stribling was doing there. It's exactly what Stribling's done all year. Stribling, a very strong hockey player. Very strong on his skates. Puck to knock off the puck. Back the other way now. Well, Laramie got a good chunk of him. I'm sure he's seeking a little bit of revenge. Chance in front, knocked off a Willoughby stick. Willoughby got it in front. A nice stop there as Wagner got the paddle on it. 45 seconds to go now. Down the right wing they go. Deegan chucks it at the net, holding on. There is Sigler, and there'll be no further play. So 39 seconds left to go. And we'll be back here again, ladies and gentlemen, next Saturday night for senior night against Northeastern. I believe it's a 6 o'clock face-off. A week from this weekend. What's today? Wednesday, Thursday. God, I completely lose track of days during the hockey season. A quick shot there. You have an Oliver right off the face-off. And you see the South Windsor face-off man still just standing there at the face-off dot. He never moved. He's like, oh, I'll just let Sigler handle it. On the face-off now. To the left of the goaltender, sent hard around by Munson. And tracking it down there was Willoughby. Willoughby couldn't get it out, letting the shot go. Doesn't get through. Off the glass. Touched by Munson. No high stick, as the ref clearly wants to get to the intermission. Perhaps he wants to update his Facebook status instead of, in a relationship to an intermission. On the boards, Ranger causes the turnover. Munson going for a walk. Walking in, big waffle save there by Sigler with under 10 seconds to go. That's a huge save by the netminder, Jason Sigler there, the senior. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The opening stanza has come to a close. Your score at the end of one. The Newington Nor'easters won, the South Windsor Knights 0. We'll be right back in a few moments with the first period intermission report. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. 1-0 is your score. Oh my, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. What a blessing, honor, and privilege it is to be here with you this afternoon. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. We are in between the first and second stanzas, ladies and gentlemen. The first intermission, the first chance that you have to make yourself a fantastic sandwich. Pour that sarsaparilla, walk the dog, take care of the cat, do the homework, whatever you got to do. What a good period of hockey we were privy to there. 1-0 is the score. The goal by Harrison Ranger as he buried the biscuit, getting to the cooker with about 5 minutes left to go in the first period. I mean, I would say just a very typical run-of-the-mill Newington first period there. They just do everything well. Didn't have a dominant period by any sense of the imagination. Wagner had to make a couple of saves, 2 or 3 nice saves, nothing too dramatic or anything. Sigler made a real big save with about 10 seconds left to go. But Newington just doing what Newington does, which we talked about. Be yourselves. You're the champ. Be the champ. And they were the champ there once again in the first period. Just doing the little things right, protecting the puck, not turning it over, not allowing odd man rushes. And they come away on home ice with a 1-0 lead. Nothing flashy, nothing sensational by any sense of the imagination. But you know what? Another day at the office and another 1-0 lead at the end of the first stanza. So we want to thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon on the Solu Broadcasting Network, on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. I apologize. So 1-0 is your score, and there it is. Just in case you thought I wasn't telling you the truth, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen, right before your very eyes. All right, the Zamboni has got a couple of more laps doing what Zambonis do. I want to remind everybody again, tomorrow, the new episode 2 of the Connecticut Sports Show is going to debut. It'll be on all our social medias and all across the World Wide Web, ladies and gentlemen, across this great Frisbee we call Earth. So please join us and tune in to the Connecticut Sports Show. So the Zamboni just about finishing up. We've got about 3 more minutes left to go here. Then the boys will come back on the ice. And we're going to start the second period right here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. Again, you score a 1-0 to goal by Harrison Ranger. We'll be right back in a few moments with the start of the second period. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The second intermission is coming to a conclusion. The boys are about ready to hop back on the ice. I want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. What an absolute blessing, honor, and privilege it is to be here with you today. My cameraman and producer, Mr. Ryan Martin. He is working on the end zone camera. It just doesn't want to stick to these cold glasses. He's down there working it out, so I'll be behind the camera as the boys are coming back out of the locker room now. The Zamboni has done what Zambonis do, and the second stands are about ready to get underway as the officials have made their way out of the locker room. And hopefully somebody from Newington spoke with the officials and said, hey, listen, if things go the Nor'easter's way, there's a cheeseburger in it for you, hopefully. You want to make sure you got the officials well taken care of. So the first stanza is in the past now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have moved on now. It's the second period. The boys are coming back out onto the ice now. Out of the locker room. See the goaltender there, Wagner. Oh, where did he go? Oh, there's the big fella. Leading his team back onto the ice. As the Knights are emerging from their locker room as well, and we are about ready to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. From the Newington Arena, the intermission is over. So that means that your time to relax is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to focus on hockey once again as the Nor'easters and the Knights take back to the ice for the second period here at the Newington Arena. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And remember, you can tune in on the World Sports Broadcasting Network on our Connecticut channel anytime, and the boys and girls can always go back and tune in anytime later right here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. All right, the second stanza are about ready to get underway here between the South Windsor Knights and the Newington Nor'easters as the boys are limbering up and getting ready to go. And a good close-up look there at those sweaters. Look at those things. They are beautiful. I really love them. All right. Face-off coming at center ice, as you might imagine. We play 15-minute stanzas here in the high school level. If you're just joining us, if there is an infraction, it's for 2 minutes. I don't think either team had a power play in the first period, if memory serves, and sometimes it even still does. Ranger with the goal, and the ref about ready to drop the puck, and the second stanza are about ready to get underway here. A great job by Ryan getting the goal cam ready to go. Well, fantastic job. All right, Ryan, and we are underway. The ref drops the puck, and the second stanza are underway. A big hit right off the bat there as Laramie buries the biscuit there. A big hit from behind. That's going to be a penalty as things are a little bit testy here to start the second stanza. Let's see who's going to be headed to the sin bin. Is that Grimm? Hard to see the numbers through the nets here with these old peepers. It is number 22 in your scorecard, Josh Grimm. So he's going to head to the sin bin. 2 minutes, I believe, for cross-checking. It's either going to be cross-checking or interference. So an early opportunity here for South Windsor to get the equalizer. Face off deep in the Newington zone, cleared and kept in at the blue line as they win the face off, get the power play going, but one of the Knights there blew a tire. A nice job on the back check to keep it in. Now a 2-on-1 down low, walking in, letting the shot go right off the crossbar there as Wagner may have gotten a piece of it. As going by there was Dylan Hutton. Cleared and not out, kept in nicely there by Fair. And sent along and all the way down, chasing it there is Laramie. Laramie, who had himself a very busy first stanza, takes the puck from the netminder Ziegler. Ziegler telling Laramie, don't pass it, go the length with it. I sure would like an assist. Laramie saying, sorry, pal, I don't know what to tell you. Perhaps you should play forward. Down the left wing now, Shover. Shover behind the net. Shover circling the wagons. Shover back to the blue line. Good puck movement there by the Knights. Walking the line, Laramie pulls the trigger. Doesn't get through. A great job there. Blocked out high by Munson. Munson sends it all the way down. Nice play there by Gavin Munson to get his body in the shooting lane. Mr. and Mrs. Munson may want to stop at Walmart on the way home for a frozen bag of peas. He might be lumped up from that one. A move at the blue line. Laramie trying to run the gauntlet there Howard poke checked it away. Howard lost his footing. A lot of players going down out there. I wonder the ice conditions may not be the very best just yet. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes for the ice to refreeze. I know that doesn't sound scientifically correct, and ice sometimes has to refreeze after the Zamboni. And it's been a very warm day today, too. A big hip check there along the boards, laying the lumber into him. A nice play there by David Andrew. Newington trying to come away with it. Pocket picked there by Sherwood. Sherwood sends it hard across. On it there is Stribling. 17 seconds left to go in the man advantage here for South Windsor. They hit the crossbar on it. I think Wagner may have gotten the butt end on it in the early going before it hit the crossbar. Here comes South Windsor now through the neutral zone, carrying the puck out. Deegan chases it down into the corner. Steered aside by Wagner. A good penalty kill by the Nor'easters. Back to 5-on-5. They got a man behind the defense there for a moment. And now they got it up for Deegan. Deegan pulled down from behind. And now it's going to be the Nor'easters headed to the power play. So we had 5-on-5 hockey for a long time in the opening stanza, but not here in the second period. As Deegan broke loose for a moment, was pulled down from behind. That's a good penalty, though. Can't just let the guy walk in on your goaltender. You got to remember, I'm an old goalie, ladies and gentlemen, so I'd much rather my defenseman maul the guy than let him walk in on me. There's good penalties and there's bad penalties, ladies and gentlemen. That's not terrible. And now his mates have got to bail him out. As they're now shorthanded, Newington going to work. Ranger goes to the point on the power play. Nice move there by Howard. Howard saucers it across. Ends up on a stick of Ranger at the far boards. Ranger sends it down low. Newington got the man in front at the back door. That just failed to click. Good puck movement right off the face-off and kept it nicely there. A good play by Howard. Back to the blue line now. Grimm lets the shot go from the top of the circle. Steered aside by Sigler. Newington maintains possession, though. Circling the wagons, Howard. Howard down the left wing. Howard, big hit there. Laramie lays the lumber into Howard. Oh, Laramie's got about 3 or 4 big hits here this afternoon. And he doesn't shy away. He's hitting the big guys out there. He's hit Stribling. He's hit Howard. You got to like the chutzpah on that young man. I'm sure they've got his number, though, already. Here's Howard, though. No time for that as his team continues on the power play. There'll be plenty of time for revenge later. You know, Godzilla had to wait about 45 years after he lost to King Kong in the 60s to beat him twice in 2021. So sometimes you got to be patient. 11:38 left to go here in the second stanza. 1:05 in the man advantage for Newington. Face-off won by the Knights, but it doesn't get out. That puck died on the way out. Just coming over to get it there was Buckley. I thought Buckley had a real good game the other night. Very solid, sturdy, big defenseman. He's hounded in the corner now. I'll just fix it after the period. Up for Stribling. Stribling down the right wing. Stribling trying to get down low. Couldn't do so. Away come the Windsor Knights now. As they send the puck all the way down. He ends up behind the net as Buckley takes a hit. Trying to get it out in front. Nobody home for South Windsor. Now it ends up on Larry's stick. He lets the shot go. Oh, South Windsor won the puck. Got it in front. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. All right, 10:57 left to go. 24 seconds left to go. In the man advantage here for Newington, but the face-off not at the end of the ice that they'd like it to be as Grimm hounded from behind there. Nice job by Grimm to win the puck out, and here's Howard now down the right wing. Evan Howard at the dot, slid it across. That just failed to click as they had a man cutting to the cooker. 5 seconds left to go on the man advantage. That's going to do it. So both teams have killed off power plays, and the score remains 1-0. The immovable object ran into the irresistible force there in the corner as neither player backed down 1 inch. As Fair ran into Howard. 2 big boys got together. And now stepping up is Deegan, laying the lumber into him. Not allowing the Knights to come out to center ice. It does bounce now to Hutton. Hutton puts the brakes on. Hutton's got the C on the sweater. And number 8 in your scorecard. That's chipped ahead by Grimm. Grimm may not have gained the red line. Looks like he didn't. So icing is the call. We're at 10 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here. 5-on-5 hockey, hopefully for a while. I myself always prefer 5-on-5 hockey. If you're a fan of the program, you know that. Leaning in now, Trombley. Trombley wins the draw. Back for Laramie. Laramie got it down low. Chance in front. Nice job by Buckley to close there on Plumsky. Picking it up quickly with speed is Oliver. Oliver can't get it out. Hounded down there by Trombley. And now away with it comes Munson. Munson serpentining at the blue line. Munson's got Ranger. Munson thought about leaving it for Ranger. Held on to it, and now away comes the Windsor Knights. Through the neutral zone, a nice job there by Buckley. Came away with it, but couldn't get it out. Nice retained possession. Buckley goes back to find it and sends it up softly now for Heckler. Heckler down the right wing. Heckler trying to get it in. There's Ranger. Ranger, cross corner dump in. 9:20 left to go here in the second stanza. A low-scoring affair. If you got the under in Vegas, you're feeling pretty good about things. If you got the over, you're feeling a little nervous. I don't know why you would take the over when Wagner's in between the pipes, though, but that's just me. Steered aside there by Sigler. Into the corner it goes. Heckler in on the forecheck against Laramie. Laramie sends it hard around. Fialkovitz did a nice job to keep it in on the backhand. Back for Fialkovitz. Ben Fialkovitz kept it in. Now it's sent all the way down. Right on the net, though, is Wagner. Utilizing the waffle there. 8:45 left to go. Howard down the left wing. Howard with speed. Howard over the blue line. Howard stepping to the outside, forced to the outside. Howard takes a big hip check there. I think it's going to be a hooking call on whoever Howard went by the first time got a piece of him, and Howard's right side of his body got turned perpendicular as he was facing the boards, if that's correct, or is it parallel? I don't know. I always get my geography mixed up. I have a lot of trouble with Wyoming and Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. So hooking is the call. Matt Benzie, the senior. So back to the power play now. Here are the Nor'easters. Nor'easters lead this one 1-0. They'd love to double the lead. South Windsor with a big task here to kill it off. Bouncing puck in front dangerously. The Nor'easters get to it. Howard wins the puck, and now in the corner. Evan Howard. Cross-ice pass. Waiting there was Ranger. Ranger pulls the trigger. Waffle saved the rebound. Sigler got a piece of that. Cleared but not out. Kept in by Deegan. Finding it through traffic is Sigler. As he made a nice stop there as Newington had players crashing to the cooker. Deegan walks the line. Lost the handle on it. Rolls out to center. Tracking it down there is Howard. Howard under a lot of duress. Sent it back to the blue line. Sent back in there by Connor Power. Away with it now from the Nor'easters. First pass doesn't connect, but Ranger right on it. Ranger over the blue line with speed at the dot. Ranger circumnavigating, looking like Magellan out there. Ranger still with it. Slid it across the C button. One-timer just missed there as Howard had the howitzer cocked. Behind the net it goes now. Deegan calling for it. He gets it at the blue line. Deegan lets the shot go. That doesn't get through. Grimm protects the puck and heads behind the net with 50 seconds left to go, still on the power play. Grimm tried to get it in front. Can't do so. Here's Grimm now. Slides it across now. Deegan lets the shot go off the butt end there of Jason Sigler. Again, though, we see Newington with puck possession. Howard letting the shot go. Doesn't get through. And somehow, some way, the Knights get it out to center. Howard tracked it down. The Knights get to it there. Deegan with a big hit as it's sent in by Zachary Morrison. 21 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the second stanza. Howard, tape-to-tape pass down the right wing. Breaking over the blue line. Pulled down there. Another call coming. Now, Newington's going to have a 5-on-3. Well, very abridged. Newington will have a 5-on-3 for 3 seconds. And now South Windsor will find themselves shorthanded for basically 6 out of the last 7 minutes of the hockey game. That's not the way you want to play these guys, I'll tell you that. A tripping call. This is a very big face-off here, though, if Newington can control the puck. They still have a 2-man advantage. It's going to take them at least a couple of seconds to get out of the box. So a very big face-off here for Newington. And they won it cleanly. So 2-man advantage, although very brief. Munson behind the net. And now the Knights player reports back to duty. Popping in there quickly there was Benzie. Benzie goes right to the penalty kill. Good puck movement there. That one's whistled wide. And pinching in. Newington. That one goes off the protective netting there. Nobody's hurt. And it comes back into play. 6:18 left to go here in the second stanza. 1:40 remaining. And the power play for Newington. Back-to-back, belly-to-belly power plays here for Newington. Their third of the stanza. They've had power play time now. They'll have it if they don't score or it doesn't get interrupted for 6 minutes here in the second period. The periods are only 15 minutes long, so you do the math. Almost half the period. All right, here comes Newington now with 6 minutes left to go and 1.5 minutes left to go on the man advantage across for Stribling. Stribling offsides at the blue line is the call, as that one didn't get across as quickly as Newington may have wanted it to. So we're saying it was semi-intentional as the face-off's coming back at center ice. Six minutes exactly left to go here in the second stanza. Face-off. There's one by Newington. Newington getting a quick shot off. That just missed as barreling down the right wing. And letting the shot go there was Howard. Howard loves to come down the right side with his left-handed shot and let it fly. A turnover in front. A dazzling opportunity there for Power. Has just whistled wide. Newington coming out of their own zone now with under a minute to go. Again, a nice job there as Plunski kept the puck in. Now Newington's got the Knights caught up. Here comes Howard. Howard over the blue line. Howard at the dot. Drops it back. Howard goes to the corner. Now he'll go back to his spot there. Ovechkin's got his spot on the left side. Howard's got his spot on the right side. Bounces over the stick there. Howard and sent all the way down by Connor Power. Wish he had an S at the end of that last name. I'd be having so much fun today with Mr. Powers. Rumor has it, Mike Myers says he might be releasing Austin Powers 4. He's afraid to do so, though, he says. I love his quote. I've got it written, I got it ready to go, but it might be the last movie they ever let me make. Well, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly bear. I say do it. Come on, Mike. We all need another Austin Powers movie. Who doesn't? Whoever gets offended, don't go to the movies. You'll be all right. Into the corner it goes now. You don't have to watch it. Pinching in there to go get it is Heckler. Back to the blue line, Howard. Howard pulls the trigger. Oh, he hit the post! Oh, Howard rang the dinner bell there, but no one was hungry enough to answer the call for supper. As Laramie quickly gets the shot off. Wagner caught it right under where you apply the Old Spice. Well, the power play over. So the South Windsor Knights have weathered the storm. Here today, they killed off back-to-back-to-back penalties. And now we have 5-on-5 hockey with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. Clean face-off win there by Connor Power. Power back out there quickly. He was out there killing the penalty. Must be in some kind of physical condition. Behind the net now, here's Power. Power trying to get it out in front. Had a man cutting. That was Taylor. Taylor in on the forecheck against Buckley. Buckley moving the puck hard around. And pinching in there was Power. Bodies collide. It goes behind the net. Chasing it down is Trombley. Trombley tracks it down. Trombley trying to get it in front. Coming away with it now is Buckley. Buckley dancing to the outside. Buckley with speed. Buckley lowering the shoulder. Left it in front. Letting the shot go. That went right off the mask of Sigler. Then over the crossbar. The goaltender checking his faculties. Mom looking up the dental plan to see if things are covered. It looks like he's checking and taking his helmet off there. He took it right off the grill. Did the netminder, Jason Sigler, but a save is a save. He'll be fine. He's a goaltender. You can't even check a goaltender. I mean, how do you know a goaltender's baseline anyway? There's nothing to go by. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an old goalie. You know, you're either a goalie or you're not in this world, ladies and gentlemen. I know that people frown upon discriminatory practices, but I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. You're either in the fraternity or the sorority or you're not. All right, so good though. Sigler's okay. He's fine, just had a little strap problem. And a chance to gather his faculties there is, yeah, you get dinged in the head, the wrinkles spin around for a little while, but it'll come back to the middle. These things happen. Well, back in the day, I played football and hockey. Back in college, I went to bed many a nights with the room spinning. Sometimes because I went to practice. Most times because I went to happy hour. Oh, I never missed practice. I didn't miss many happy hours either. Kept in at the blue line. Old Tara's in Port Jeff. They used to have a really cool thing. They'd hand you a card and have 5 things on it, and you peel one back. Sometimes you get a free round. Sometimes you get a free steak dinner was on there every now and then. I got the steak dinner once. Sometimes it would say nothing. Sometimes it would say half off the next round. But old Tara's in. I doubt it's still there, but you never know. Here's Grimm. Grimm stepping to the inside, pulling the trigger against the grain, and Sigler showing no ill effects from getting hit in the mask. Got the flipper on that. To the blue line it goes now. Back the other way. Here come the Knights, sending the puck in. Behind the net it goes now. Chasing it down quickly there was Venzi. Cleared but not out. Newington now coming away with it. Weak side pass. Had a man waiting there with Stribling. 1-0 is your score. 2.5 minutes left to go here. Newington's been buzzing most of the period, but the netminder Sigler with another save there, this time utilizing the waffle. On around it goes Laramie. Laramie poked at it there, and well, that's going to do it for 5-on-5 hockey, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the 2 minutes of it. We should get a sponsor for 5-on-5 hockey. There's not that much of it. Let's see here with the penalties on. He's explaining things to the Newington bench. I think they're calling a high stick, it looks like. Let's see here. I don't want to assume anything. Well, maybe it's not a penalty. Maybe I owe the refs an apology. Maybe the puck was just knocked down with a high stick. Nope. Grimm headed to the sin bin. His second penalty of the stanza. So a big power play opportunity here. Oh, the South Windsor. I think I've been calling them Knights all day. I'm so sorry. South Windsor Bobcats. I do a lot of youth hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me. I just realized I've been calling them Knights all day. I apologize. The Bobcats with the puck. Well, his mama call him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay. I'll tell you, if that's the worst thing that happens tonight, I'll sign right now. Howard on it behind the net. Howard running to there. And Howard kept the legs turning. Hard along the boards, now shorthanded. Here comes Oliver. Oliver trying to get to it. The netminder Sigler came out. Ordered it into the corner there. Oliver getting a chunk of Laramie. So the power play ticks on, I should say, for South Windsor. The Bobcats. It's funny, too. I saw a Bobcat by my car the other day. You think I wouldn't mess that up? I haven't seen a medieval knight go by in a while. Although my son is in some sort of medieval society where they really fight with swords and axes and things of that nature. I forgot the name of it. Some sort of, I don't know, something. Some sort of Viking clan that he's a part of, and they really do fight with swords and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Michelle frowns upon it a little bit, but, he'll be all right. Into the corner it goes now. But, yeah, I went out to my car the other day. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Headed to go do a Mites game, and all of a sudden I look over. And right in the driveway was a Bobcat. Or you might call it a mountain lion. There's no mountains. There's a chance down low, deflected by Stribling. Into the corner it goes now. Those things are a lot bigger than you think. That thing was like a Great Dane. I was like, man, this thing could eat me if it wants. A battle in front ensues there as Wagner clears the crease all on his own. Picking up the puck now, staying with it. Venzi got it across, a quick shot, and that just missed. Pinching in Laramie, chipped ahead now. Here's Stribling. Stribling shorthanded. Stribling cutting to the inside. Stribling looking for help, none coming. As now the cavalry arrives in the form of Deegan. Winding, shooting, steered aside there by Sigler. And on it there is South Windsor. That one took a weird hop off the board, so the penalty is just about over. The period just about over. As it's sent all the way down, 15 seconds left to go here in the second stanza. I think the period's going to end as it started, although perhaps I spoke a little too soon there as Newington had Ranger coming off the bench. Here's Laramie now. Laramie with 4 seconds. Laramie trying to get to it. That's going to do it. And there's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. The second stanza comes to a close. Your score at the end of 2 is the same as it was at the end of 1. 1-0, the Nor'easters leading the Bobcats here. We'll be right back in a few minutes with the second period intermission report and then the start of the third stanza. Thank you so much for tuning in. Perhaps it's
Josh
a
Grimm
one-one
had
now.
great
Down the left
tonight.
wing. Grimm putting the brakes on,
Not
spinning
one.
around, letting the shot go. He scores! Josh Grimm.
Not two.
Grimm with 7
This
seconds
one,
left.
which
He's
is
got time.
1.9
Grimm over the
seconds
blue line.
remaining in the
Grimm
second
Grimm
stanza.
walking in on the backhand. He scores! And that's a huge goal there by Grimm. And then he gets his groove on at center ice. Why not? Deegan, tape-to-tape pass.
And then
comes dribbling.
she went to
Dribbling over the line,
overtime,
leaves it.
and the Grim
Walking in,
Reaper
pulling
put
this
an
trigger,
end
that's
to
the
this
score!
one.
Perhaps it's
Josh
a
Grimm
one-one
had
now.
great
Down the left
tonight.
wing. Grimm putting the brakes
Not
on, spinning
one.
around, letting the shot go. He scores! Josh Grimm.
Not two.
Grimm with 7
This
seconds
one,
left.
which
He's
is
got time.
1.9
Grimm over the
seconds
blue line.
remaining in the
Grimm
second
Grimm
stanza.
walking in on the backhand. He scores! Man, that's a huge goal there by Grimm. And then he gets his groove on at center ice. Why not? Deegan, tape-to-tape pass.
And then
comes dribbling.
she went to
Dribbling over the line,
overtime,
leaves it.
and the Grim
Walking in,
Reaper.
pulling. Looks like a demilitarized zone after last night.
Yeah.
Chipping it out now. Here's a chance now. Campbell trying to get to it.
Oh,
Coming
man.
out is Wagner. Campbell goes diving into the net there. Nice play there by 32 in blue. Behind the net it goes now. A little bit of give and go. On it there. Finn goal. Got it back to the point. Big stop there is Wagner. Got the flipper on that one. Oh my. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Sports Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. What a blessing, honor, and absolute privilege it is to be here with you this afternoon. The second stanza is complete. We are in between the second and third periods now, ladies and gentlemen, and what a good affair we are witnessing here between the South Windsor Bobcats and the Newington Nor'easters. 1-1 still is the score. Well, if you don't like, ladies and gentlemen, 5-on-5 hockey, then that was the period for you, for multiple power plays for each team, as Newington had 4 power plays, I believe, and the Bobcats had 2, so not a lot of 5-on-5 hockey was being played there in the second stanza. So Harrison Rangers' goal, the only one standing up right now. Both goaltenders with a couple of good stops there. I suspect Newington's going to come out flying here in the third and final stanza and try to take the lead, double the lead, excuse me, and put this game away. So you see the Zamboni doing what Zambonis do. We got a couple of more minutes before the start of the third and final stanza here. The Zamboni's almost done. I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. As you can see, the score on your screen there is 1-0 Newington. So a real good affair here thus far. Ranger having a good game. Howard having a good game. I believe Laramie has got a couple of big hits for the Bobcats, and the netminder Jason Ziegler. I just had the privilege of chatting with his dad there for a moment. He said he was trying to explain to the doctor that his son gets hit in the head. It's part of a routine occasion. Yeah, if you're the parents of a goaltender, you call that Tuesday around the house. So these things happen. Nothing, I don't think to be too worried about. He looks all right. He took one right off the grill, right at the end of the period there. He made a couple of big stops, as he's made a couple right at the end of the first period. So 1-0 is your score, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be with you here today. We're going to be back with the start of the third. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Zamboni has finished doing what Zambonis do, and we are about ready to get underway. That's a great job by our producer, Ryan. Getting the camera back in place. The refs are back out on the ice. The third and final stands are about ready to take place here, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 is the score. So if you like defense and you like goaltending, then you're tuned into the right game. If you're looking for a high-scoring affair, you may want to change the channel. 1-0. Harrison Rangers goal with about 5 minutes left to go in the opening stanza, the only one here today. All right, we're about ready to get underway. Ryan, clearly the MVP. Look at that shot, buddy. Way to go. Now it won't come on. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? There it is, sorry. That's you, pal. Great job. All right, we're about ready to get underway now. The boys headed back on the ice here at the Newington Arena, Newington, Connecticut. It's going to be about 63 degrees tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I will have the flip-flops, the shorts, and the tank top out tomorrow. I can rest assured of that. It looks like the three Newington players looking like the three people coming down from Krypton as they broke out of the mirror in the Phantom Zone. General Zod and company there for a moment. All right, now everybody joining back onto the ice. It's the third period now, just about ready to get underway. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. What a blessing, honor, and privilege it is to be here with you this afternoon. 1-0 is your score. South Windsor Bobcats coming into the affair. The heavy underdogs, 9-6. They're a Division II team, which really only means the size of the school that you're pulling from. And Newington, a Division III, the Division III champs, ladies and gentlemen, last season. And they've got that big bullseye on their back all season long, but they accept that. Much rather skate around with the bullseye on my back than chasing the bullseye. Better to be the hunted than the hunter, but sometimes the hunter is a little bit hungrier than the hunted, as was the case in the first fight between Clubber Lang and Rocky Balboa, as Mickey tried to explain, but Rocky wasn't ready to hear all that. All right, the third period about ready to get underway here from the Newington Ice Arena between the South Windsor Bobcats and the Newington Nor'easters. 1-0 is the score. Both goaltenders obviously playing very well. The ref about ready to drop the puck here. That's supposed to be 63 tomorrow, 58 on Friday, and then like 20-something on Saturday when I got to be back at the rink at 7 a.m. So thank you very much, Miss Lippy. That's what I was saying all week long. Last week, my wife and kids they had it with me all week long. I was complaining up and down the house, how could my daughter's team have a game in Enfield at 4:30 on Super Bowl Sunday? But they did. But we made it home for the halftime show, and then I fell asleep anyway. My wife's like, all the complaining you did all the week long, you fell asleep by the third quarter. Well, these things happen. The Patriots weren't playing. What's the difference? Behind the net now, third period just nicely underway. Bobcats trying to get it out. Buckley on the backhand. Got it down low. Bouncing puck. Knocked aside there by Venzi. Behind the net. Venzi setting up there. Trying to come away with it. Here comes Laramie now, Laramie. Laramie wheeling and dealing. Laramie stepping to the outside, lost the handle on it, went back to get it, but there's Newington. Tracking it down now with speed is Shover. Buckley got a chunk of him there, and Grimm helps it along. So Newington will head off the ice, get some fresh clouds out there for the Nor'easters. As Laramie down the left wing, the sophomore sends it hard around. Fialkovich tracks it down there, trying to chip it up for Ranger. Ranger along the boards. Ranger's got the goal here today. The only one on the board. As they're digging and mucking. And trying to get it in there with the Bobcats, and back the other way now. Here comes Newington. Grimm. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. That's number 21 in your score. No, that was Deegan. Number 11, not even. What? He sends it into the corner now, kept in. A nice move there by Oliver along the boards. Oliver sending it down for Ranger. Ranger got mixed up there with the official. And it's cleared and out to center as it rolls off the stick of Fialkovich. Fialkovich got Howard as an option, puts the brakes on the backhand, blind pass through the neutral zone there. Oh, that's going to cause the coaching staff to have to stop on the way home at CVS to pick up an extra bottle of Pepto-Bismol, because that'll cause agita. Along the boards now, trying to get to his Fair. Fair sending it hard around. Never want to go backhand in the neutral zone blindly there. Fialkovich, he knows that. He's a good defenseman. I'll bet it doesn't do nuts. He doesn't do it again. I'll take him on my team, though, even with the error there on that play. These things happen. To the corner now. And digging and mucking. Trying to get it out in front. Had a man cutting there was Vaudoin. Vaudoin got the puck in front. Nice job there by Petronio to track it down. And away come the Windsor Knights now. Down the right wing they go. Trying to step to the inside. Can't do so. Big hit there at the blue line. Puck was nowhere near there, so they got away with an interference call, letting the shot go. There was Jack Vaudoin, and a nice stop there by the netminder, Jason Ziegler. Ziegler, the senior, number 1 in your scorecard. Wearing Roland Melanson's old number. And 12 minutes and 32 seconds left to go here in the affair. 1-0 is your score, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I have to tell you that if there's a next goal, it's a big one. You already knew that. I try to tell the fans at home things that they may not know. You know, that way I can appear intelligent. At least fake it for a couple of minutes. I don't think that there's much to say here. If there's another goal, it's going to be a monster-sized goal. It's taken away there by Shover. Shover behind the net, lost the handle on it. Tried to go off the boards. That one's knocked down by Venzi. Venzi sends it along now as the Bobcats look to cycle it down low. Off the boards they go, leaving it there for Shover. Shover digging and mucking in the corner. Shover trying to come away with it. Deegan lays the lumber into him. Shover keeps the legs turning. Trying to walk off the boards with it. Can't do so, and away come the Nor'easters. That's exactly what we were talking about in the pregame, ladies and gentlemen. The Nor'easters just do what Nor'easters do. Right there. The Bobcats had the puck in there for a while. The Nor'easters just calmly stayed in position, let them cycle it along the boards, and then just as soon as the puck came a little bit loose, got it away and down out to center, and now causing an icing. And now they'll have the face-off down at the other end. They're so well coached, so disciplined. They don't panic. They don't get nervous in their own end. They don't make a lot of mistakes. You got to really play a very, very good hockey game to beat this team. They're very methodical. And leaning in now is Oliver. That's a testament to the coaching staff and to the boys on the ice executing the game plan. Back the other way now. Here come the Bobcats as Ranger made the 3-on-2 into a 3-on-3 with his back-checking prowess there. The late offsides. As the Bobcats gain the zone now, down the left wing now, Morrison. Morrison behind the net. Tried to get it out in front. That's knocked down, and back the other way now, Buckley. Buckley a cross-ice pass. Dangerously there. A couple of Newington players hopping on the ice. You don't want to touch the puck there. You get a too many men on the ice call. This happened the other night at Hall. And Hall got that penalty with just a couple of minutes left to go in a tie game. Here comes Newington now through the neutral zone, stepping up. There's Fair. Sending the puck in, couldn't connect. A spinorama move there by Munson. Munson sends it all the way down. I believe it's going to go for icing. Icing is the call there. As it crosses across the goal line with just 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back on the World Sports Broadcasting Network on Friday night. We got a game between the Eastern Connecticut Eagles as they play host to the Division II champions, the Wethersfield Eagles. So Eagle battle, a battle for Eagle bragging rights right here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. From Norwich, the Rose Garden in Norwich, Connecticut, Friday night. I believe start time is 6 o'clock for that one. Don't call me on it. Over the blue line, offsides is the call. And a doubleheader Saturday, excuse me. The Eagles are home again on Saturday versus the Cheshire Rams, and then we'll be hustling down for Charlie Capalbo night down at Fairfield Mustangs at 8 p.m. They take on the Greenwich Cardinals. It should be a real good game as Greenwich beat Fairfield earlier in the year. A bouncing puck now down low. Ranger trying to find it. Got it in front. As Howard found himself in front of the crease there. Not often does Howard venture that low. He quickly retreats to his point position. In the corner he goes now, coming away with it. Stepping up into him there was Oliver. Lays the lumber into him, sends the man flying. Trying to get it back in front. Couldn't connect now. Getting back to his feet there is Morrison. Oh, no, excuse me. I believe that's Shover. Shover 16, not 18. I apologize. Shover couldn't connect on the pass, so icing is the call. 9 minutes, 37 seconds left to go in the affair. Well, a tight, close, checked hockey game is nothing new to the Nor'easters. That's another thing, too. They're so good at winning one-goal games. They're in them a lot. And they are the champs. 14-2 record on the season. Very impressive defensive season here for Newington. And with the conference tournaments and the state tournaments now just right around the corner. A penalty coming up now against the Bobcats. As Sherwood is going to get 2 minutes for playing hockey too roughly with others, I believe. Set it to the sin bin. Sherwood saying, it can't be me. You got the wrong guy, Mr. Official. Sherwood barreled into one of the, there it is, the roughing call. I wish they would do away with the roughing call in hockey. It should only be able to call roughing after the whistle, because it's basically an excuse for the ref when he doesn't know what to call. If they just did away with roughing, except for after the whistle, there'd be a lot less penalties in the game. As you can see, ladies, I'm a big advocate of 5-on-5 hockey. And right now, power play for the Nor'easters, letting the shot go. That whistles by on the short side, getting to the rebound. A nice job there by Ziegler to get the right flipper down quickly as he makes the stop there. 8:59 left to go. Here in the affair, 1:48 left to go in the power play for Newington. Face off to the right of the netminder, Ziegler. Ziegler, this is waffle side. The Bobcats come away with it, try to flutter it out to center. Got to send that down with authority there, Mr. Laramie. You know that. You've had a fantastic game. Don't be fluttering it out. On the short-handed now. Keeping it in now are the Nor'easters. Sent across by Oliver. Oliver for Grimm. Grimm walks off the boards. Grimm, here's Howard in his spot. Howard back to the blue line, letting the shot go. Deegan, that goes off a skate. A foot race now, Power. Power trying to get to it there. Deegan, he just grabbed Shover and put a stunner move on him there. So it looks like there's a penalty coming up against the Bobcats. Oh, that's much to the chagrin of the Bobcat bench. So the Bobcats are going to be down 2 men. Interference is the call. I thought it was the Bobcat player who was put in a headlock and taken down. I guess I saw things differently than the official. Now we call that Tuesday here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. All right, so a monstrous opportunity here for Newington. With 8:14 to go, they got a 2-man advantage for 1:02 seconds. Newington can double the lead here and get that elusive second goal that they've been trying ever so hard to do all game long. Face off one back to Howard. Howard sends it across, nobody home, but stays in the zone. Howard, top of the circle. Howard went to go pass it across, lost the handle on it. Now he goes back to get it. Slides it across, C-button, one-timer, a big stop there by Sigler. And it's chopped away to center. Again, not sent all the way down, though. This time was fair. Really like to see the Bobcats send that all the way down. Off the boards now, Howard. Howard with the one-timer. That one off the heel of his stick. And that one sent down with authority. Steered aside by Wagner. 25 seconds left to go in the two-man advantage. Quickly, Newington. They want to get over the blue line and put the brakes on and set up shop. Boy, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I'm just a hockey prophet. Carrying the puck in now, pulling the trigger. Big stop there. The wrist shot by Grimm, and Sigler making the save and getting a lot of support from the crowd here, from the Bobcat faithful. Traveled down to Newington. So a big stop there with 13 seconds left to go on the two-man advantage. And the Newington coaching staff wants to settle things down and talk it over. I think they realize the tremendous opportunity that they have at hand here. So they call timeout, do the Nor'easters. 1-0 is your score. 7:25 left to go here. 13 seconds remaining on the two-man advantage. And then if they don't score in the next 13 seconds, the Nor'easters will have a one-man advantage for 59 seconds. If my math is correct, ladies and gentlemen, and like Tony Stark, it always is. Tony, of course, who graduated MIT at the tender age of 14. Said he would have graduated at 13, but could never get around English composition. All right, so a timeout called here by Newington. And Coach H wasn't happy with the way things were going on the two-man advantage, or perhaps he just wanted to rest his big horses. Maybe they were out there when the two-man advantage started and just wanted to get them a quick breath of fresh air here, because they could really capitalize on the situation here. If they go up 2-0, that'll be a very steep hill for the Bobcats to climb out of. So a big moment in the game here, a big face-off with 7:25 left to go in the affair. Leaning in to take it is Hutton. Hutton, the captain, against number 11, Mike Deegan. Hutton wins the draw. Laramie hounded there by Oliver. Nice job by Laramie to send it over and sent all the way down by Fair. So that's going to do it for the 5-on-3. A good kill by the Bobcats as Wagner hangs his paddle on the ice to let everybody know it's a 5-on-4. Down the white ring, Ranger. Ranger at the dot, Ranger at the goal line. Ranger back for Grimm. Grimm lets the shot go, waffle the side. Ends up on a stick of Deegan. He tries to send it across short-handed now. Here comes Hutton. Hutton protecting the puck. Hutton to the forehand, pulled down. I think we're going to get a slashing call before he fell down. Slashing is the call there. Yeah, no way should that be a penalty shot. He was off balance. But there was a slashing call before he cut in. And then he lost his balance, so a great job by the Bobcats to kill off the two-man advantage. And now they've killed off the one-man advantage as Hutton draws the penalty of the slashing call. With 40 seconds left to go, we're going to have 40 seconds of 4-on-4, and then it'll be a power play for the Bobcats. All the rest discussing the possibility of a penalty shot here. What else could they possibly be talking about? Although it is towards the end of the game, they might be deciding where they're going after the affair, Burger King or McDonald's. I used to have those discussions with my official when we ref together with about 7 minutes left to go. No, just slashing. So it doesn't look like the old Whopper or Big Mac question will be answered here. All right, so 4-on-4 hockey for 40 seconds with just under 7 minutes. What a great job by the Bobcats as they were down 2 men for over a minute. Timeout called by Coach H. Newington could not answer the bell. Sent all the way down, but they still lead 1-0, so nothing's changed in that regard. And here's a chance now in front. Petronio letting the shot go. A big stop there by Sigler as there's a turnover along the boards. And he got the puck in front, and Jack Petronio was all alone there. But the netminder, Sigler, got the left pad and the left glove on it. A big stop there by the goaltender as he keeps this one a one-goal game. Face off down low, back for Buckley. Buckley, that goes off a stick. A can of corn there for the netminder. Those shots always made me very nervous as an old goalie. Well, I was a young goalie at the time. One time it went up off a guy's stick. I went out to go get it, and I went out too far and it landed behind me and in the net when I was about like 12 years old, 13. No, I was probably older. I was like 14, I think. I lost it in the sun that day. It was blinding. So yeah, the guy lifted it, just lifted it from the board straight up in the air, and I went out to play it, and it came out too far, landed behind me and in the net. Those are the ones that make me nervous. All right, so a power play now for the Bobcats with just over 6 minutes to go in the affair. As they get things started now, Willoughby down the right wing, chipping it up, knocked down there by Buckley. Buckley sends it across, sent all the way down by Newington. Boy, I tell you, the other night the Newington penalty kill was brilliant. Against Hall, they were shorthanded right at the end of the game, and Hall never got close with a 3-3 game with about 3 minutes left to go. And now we see the Newington penalty kill once again smothering the opposition in the neutral zone. Sent around there, Shover. Again, testament to the coaching staff and the boys as Grimm almost knocks it loose. Bobcats thus far have not established anything on this power play. Newington simply not allowing them to do so. Good puck pressure there by Grimm, back to the blue line. Sent hard around there by Hutton. Behind the net it goes now. That's picked off by the Nor'easters. They send it all the way down. They got Grimm up ahead. Grimm tried to drop it to himself. Grimm makes the move at the blue line, protecting the puck, sliding it over. C-button one-timer. They score! Andrew Stribling, short-handed, an absolute laser beam. The play by Grimm at the blue line. He poured it down to himself, got it over to Stribling, and Stribling really leaned into that one. A short-handed goal, a huge goal there for Newington. And they finally take the 2-0 lead with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. We were saying their penalty killing is nothing short of outstanding. And Stribling buries the biscuit there as Grimm almost had a breakaway, but he dropped it to his wrong side. But he did a real nice job to maintain the puck at the blue line. So Stribling from Grimm. And that's going to do it for the Bobcat power play. Chance in front. Gets pushed just wide. The Bobcats almost answered right back. So a huge goal there by Stribling. Here's a chance now off the boards, pulling the trigger. Wagner way off of his line to cut down the angle and make the stop. 2-0 is your score now. Under 5 minutes to go. The clock, the biggest enemy the Bobcats have in the building. Down the right wing it goes now. Picking it up there is Andrew. Andrew trying to slide it across for Ranger. Ranger quickly picks it back up. Ranger tried to get it down low for Deegan as he was cutting through. Nice job by the Bobcats to get it away to center. Newington just sending it back in, happy to let the clock do what the clock does to everybody, with the exception of Homer Simpson. I used to say Tom Brady, but that's no longer apropos. As Grimm picks up the puck now with 4:05. Grimm getting the speed going down the right wing. Josh Grimm sends it to himself. Got it out in front, right through the goal mouth. Nice rush there. All right, big number 22. That rolls all the way to Wagner. Under 4 minutes to go now. Newington has been in possession of the puck, it seems like, for the last minute straight. Sliding it across. Beautiful pass. Matronio letting the shot go. Tipped in front. A big stop by Ziegler. Behind the net, trying to get it in front. Can't do so. Munson heads over. And Newington still in possession of the puck. And the Bobcats have not had the puck on their stick at all since the goal was scored. Now they do. That one goes off the leg and out of play. So the Nor'easters, ladies and gentlemen, well, you're not 14-2 by accident. They go down shorthanded with about 5 minutes left to go. They absolutely smother the power play and score a shorthanded goal. Like I said, they are just so tough to beat. Back to the blue line, letting the shot go. Trying to get the puck in front. They're such a deep team. They play so smart. Very good penalty killing and good goaltending, and that's a very good recipe for success. 14-2 record, looking to make it 15-2 here on home ice with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. As the season is winding down here. The Bobcats have played very well here tonight, don't get me wrong. As they try to come away to center ice with it, can't do so. Nice job on the back check. Ranger carrying the puck in. Laramie got a chunk of them. Cleared but not out. Howard read that like a fine piece of literature. Tried to get it across the Ranger, who got the shot off. A nice stop there by Ziegler as he slid across there and got the left flipper out. And then got one to the chops there, a little bit of Ranger with the left mitt with the old Mizuno. So another nice stop there by the netminder, Jason Ziegler. 2:45 left to go here in the third and final stanza. Bobcats in desperation mode now. We'll see if they pull the goaltender. They've got to sooner or later. Preferably sooner. On the Bobcats. Well, not right now. That would not be good. They're dribbling with that beautiful goal moments ago. Hauled around. Nick goes and picked up quickly by Trombley. He couldn't get it out. Now Willoughby behind the net. Willoughby worked over there by Deegan. Back to the blue line. A little bit of room pulling the trigger. That goes wide. And then tracking it down there is Munson. Munson sends it hard around. South Windsor cannot get the puck out at all here. A big hit there along the boards as Deegan lays the lumber into Trombley. Newington just making things very difficult on the Bobcats there as the Bobcats expended a lot of energy just to get the puck to roll to Jeremy Wagner. Textbook Nor'easter hockey here, ladies and gentlemen, on display this evening. They wear you down. They wait for you to make the mistake. And they simply just don't. You got to admire the strategy, got to admire the execution, and what's not to admire about the results. Under 2 minutes to go now. Very frustrating team to play against. Kick it ahead there. Bouncing puck, knocked down by Butler. Butler trying to send the puck in. Along the boards now, Petronio gives chase. Laramie putting the brakes on there. Good edge work there by Chase Laramie. Laramie down the left wing. Laramie sidesteps the hip check there by Fialkovic. Behind it, and it goes now Butler. Butler trying to get it back in front. Can't do so. And away comes Newington now quickly now through the neutral zone with speed. Here comes Howard. Howard wheeling and dealing to the outside. Howard puts the brakes on, pulls the trigger. And right between the O and the U there in South, if I'm spelling it correctly. A nice stop there by Jason Ziegler. So 1:17 left to go, ladies and gentlemen. A face off deep in the Bobcat zone. The netminder, Ziegler, has been very good here today. He's been busy and he's been good. He's kept his team in it. Kept his team a chance to win it. But here's Power now. Power sends it into the corner, it goes. Tracking it down, first on it there, the Nor'easters. Hard around for Stribling. Stribling on the backhand. Stribling back to the forehand. Last minute to play in the affair. Nor'easters happy to let the clock tick away as they protect the puck behind their own goaltender. Wagner would certainly rather see the puck outside the zone than behind him. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I know how goaltenders think. There's Laramie now. Now Wagner's happy. Or happier. On the back check, turned over now. Here's Deegan. Deegan trying to step around Laramie. Nice poke check there. Deegan just sends it in. And again, you see the Nor'easters just peel back. Happy to maintain the 2-goal lead here on home ice. And why wouldn't you be? 25 seconds. Here's Grimm. Grimm down the left wing. Grimm lost his mitten. Grimm went back to play it. Grimm lost the handle on it. Got it back now. As Howard sends it down low. Grimm still playing with one glove. You want to put that glove on. It's not worth it. There's 10 seconds left. I want to take a puck. Newington crowd singing happy birthday. And there's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-0 victory on home ice for the Newington Nor'easters as they defeat the South Windsor Bobcats here today. A very impressive performance here by Newington. Dare I say, another day at the office. This is what we've come to expect from this organization. A very clean win, a very well-executed win, not a dominant win by any sense of the imagination, but once they made it 2-0, things became very, very difficult for the Bobcats. The Bobcats did a nice job today. They hung in there with Newington, but Newington just a little bit too tough. And the netminder, Jeremy Wagner, with the shutout here today. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment with the post-game show. Don't you dare go anywhere. You're watching the World Sports Broadcasting Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a final here from Newington. 2-0 was your score. The goal scorers Harrison Ranger and Andrew Stribling. And your World Sports Broadcasting Network top dog of the affair. Who else, ladies and gentlemen? Number 29, stretched himself, Jeremy Wagner, with the shutout here today. His 10th career shutout for the Newington Nor'easters. His goals against average plummeting. His save percentage going through the roof. I'll tell you, Newington, they look ready for the postseason. They are going to be very difficult to beat. We stressed it all game long. They just play smart, tough hockey, simple hockey. They just don't give you room to operate. They really shut down the Bobcats all night. A frustrating night for the Bobcats. Bobcats did a nice job. They hung with them, but Newington just too much of a machine once again here tonight. So your final once again from the Newington Arena here tonight, as you see the Zamboni doing what Zambonis do, is the Newington Nor'easters 2, the South Windsor Bobcats 0. I want to thank you so much for joining us. For my cameraman, producer, and director here tonight, Mr. Ryan Martin. I've been your host, Scotty Bonner. Next coming up on Friday night, the Eastern Connecticut Eagles are taking on the Westfield Eagles. Like we said, a battle for Eagle supremacy. And we'll be here for senior night next Saturday as the Nor'easters play host to the Northeastern Shamrocks. So thank you so much for tuning in. And your final once again here from the Newington Arena, the Nor'easters 2, the Bobcats 0. Have a great night, everybody. Good night, and thank you once again.